Streetboarding dreams, future and past. Here in the present, it's DRGNCAST.
Welcome to episode 12 of DRGNCAST. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful evening, day, morning, whatever time of day you are watching this. How you doing, Sam? You good?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I've got self-isolation notice, so I'm stuck in here for a few more days. Well,
yeah, I see you took one last dip in like Hackney Marshes or something.
Yeah, man, I was doing my run and it was like the sky was on fire, like sunrise, and I was just like, oh man, I saw the river and I was like, man, I'm gonna get in that. And so I had a little dip in my underpants and then just kind of ran myself dry. It was nice. Yeah, so if anyone else wants to check it out, at Swim the Jewels on Instagram, you can check my swimming endeavors.
Just a crazy man in his underpants swimming in a park. Where were you?
In Hackney, East London, in Hackney Marshes. They call it Hackney.
Hackney Marshes.
Yeah, man.
Oh God, you get checked. Have you been checked?
Not yet. I'm in self-isolation, so like.
Oh yeah.
They told me I can't go for a test unless I get symptoms. Symptoms of what? I don't know. I guess they're talking about whatever you can get in the river. But let's see. Cool. With that, have we got Flex of the Fortnight?
Yeah, man. We got a Flex of the Fortnight. A very special Flex of the Fortnight. I think everyone's already seen it. Let me bring it up again. It's just the boss showing that he's still the boss, man. Where are we? This line from Britain. So he's dropping his bum and bro. Oh, it's a lofty fucking air of the first thing. And a little shifty backside three. Oh, at the rodeo, I don't know what the fuck. And then he just like gives a little bit of shade to the camera. And that's why he's the boss. Yeah. 270 on, 270 on. Okay.
Switch.
Yeah, was it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he came down fake. I don't know who that other guy is, but he looks like he's having fun.
Yeah, man. Killing it, B. Killing it. Absolutely back. Oh, man. That's what I've been waiting for, man. Well, that and B, you still owe us a backside rodeo. You know that. Cool. Let's move on to our guest for this episode. He is one of our old homies for ourselves here. Representing UK, now living out in sunny Los Angeles. The man that, they once told me they knew of a mutant who could twist space around him, and now it seems that I've met him. It is Mr. Max Anderson. What's up, Max? How you doing?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Yeah, cool, man. Cool. Good to see you, man.
You too.
Yeah, I think, man, the first question that I think is on everybody's mind, so let's just get it out of the way. How many pairs of leggings do you own?
Oh, mate, at least 12.
Oh.
At least 6, maybe 12. Yeah, it's. I'm still building the collection. My dad actually got me some nice compression leggings with some good psychedelic designs on them a couple of days ago. So, no, definitely still rocking the spandex when appropriate. Although, it gets to a point when you're like a 35-year-old man, we're going down a skate park wearing spandex. You got to start really thinking about it, I guess. But yeah, about the Flex of the Fortnight though. I just wanted to talk about it because I didn't know that was what you were gonna.
You know the line I'm talking about.
One, the jump over the board is switch, and then
oh shit, yeah, you're right.
That's the flex. It's the jump over the board. It's not only like quick thinking, but also that switch, and that's like horrible.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's a Flex of Fortnight, but you have to include the whole line as well.
But then the way he locks into those 270s on rails, ever since Leon, when we were watching him do those along and down that flat bar, it's just man, I don't know how he does it.
No, man. And we're just talking about Brenton now, but man, in Leon, my favorite thing was at the end of his final street run was when he did front flip off the box backwards, and then he goes up the flat bank, and the judges are sitting at the top, and he looks at the judges. Yeah, and he looks at the
judges.
Yeah. He points at the judges, looks at them, but then he does a frontside 180 to go back down, and his head is still looking at the judges. Like, I love it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, wait, Max, that was something I thought of earlier. That mini ramp finals. You weren't feeling so well before that, were you?
No, mate, I was not. We didn't know I qualified. So we were like, this has not gone well. Well, in my street run, I remember I sort of thought I was like, I'm going to go do a wall ride and then backflip off it. And everyone was like, don't do that. And I was like, no, I got this, you know, in my prime, arrogant youth. And I seem to remember just sort of going up the wall and like, just throwing my spine into the wall and falling down it. And then that mini ramp was like scary big, and you got Tancred just killing it, and Christophe Bellet throwing huge McTwists just out of that extension. And I just remember feeling like I didn't do very well. And me and Neil put a bottle of famous grouse away that night and watched some really dodgy dubbed version of Ong Bak in the hotel room. And yeah, the next day I just felt absolutely terrible because I drank half a bottle of whiskey and tried to skate mini ramp. And Greg was calling out my tricks is switch because I was skating so badly. So
No,
he was like, oh, you did a switch rodeo. And I was like, I wasn't switch. It was just really over.
the thing I remember about it though was, I think you had was it you had had the strawberry milkshake?
I was just going to say, you remember the smell of the strawberry milkshake in that train station.
Yeah. So before we get to the final, well, Max didn't know he was in the final, get to the skate park on the final of the mini ramp day. I'm coming out in the metro or whatever it is there, and all I can smell is strawberry milkshake. I'm like, where's that smell coming from? Come around the corner and there's Max with a bottle of strawberry milkshake coming back out from him onto the floor.
It was one of those huge like European yogurt drinks you get. And I was like, you know, I'm hungover. This is a good idea. It wasn't.
No. Cool, man. What are you up to? Yeah, what are you up to nowadays in LA? What's your, you know, what took you over there and what you did?
What took me over here was kind of I guess that's sort of connected to the whole like Chile thing, really. That was kind of the turning point for me, is going out and hanging out with you guys and speaking to everyone else about what they were doing with their lives. And actually, Sergi was a big part of that. Not so much in the, you know, I want to pursue the same sort of things as him. That kind of thing is different. But he put it in a perspective that was like, you still don't sound like you're doing what you want. And that's kind of not okay. And you've got opportunities, so why not just try something and see what happens? And I was lucky enough to have a green card because of my dad. And I was under 21 when he got his because of acting and all that. And yeah, so it just seemed like a good idea to sort of make a change, come out here and see what I could do. And it didn't take me long to get a job working for a really good company called LGO Hospitality. And I started working as a chef at a restaurant called The Misfit, which is on Santa Monica Boulevard, 3 streets away from the beach. It's a really good address. It's a really good restaurant, great company, great food. I got to work with some good chefs, learned a lot from them, you know, some guys that have worked in really great restaurants as well with a lot of experience. And sort of beginning of last year, I took over the executive chef job there. So, you know, hanging in there, and a bit of loyalty pays its dues, I guess. And yeah, and it's actually the career side of coming out here has worked really well.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, I mean, I really have nothing kind of bad to say about it. I'm just very grateful for it and glad it was easy.
Cool.
And,
How long have you been in LA now, Max?
It's coming up to 5 years, man. In April, it'll be 5 years, and I can start applying for my citizenship.
Damn. The cool thing about it is, like, I mean, just like going to skateboarding and what a small world it is I think I'd been there, but I don't know if it was before. It must have been before you started working, or I know. So Zach
likes that restaurant,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, Zach Drake from Frontal, Zig to many people. He was living in Santa Monica for years, and he was going to the Misfit for years.
Yeah.
His favorite restaurant, and then it wasn't until I told him, I was like, yeah, Max is working at that place. He did not know. And what
he'd probably been coming into the restaurant for a while I'd been working there, and we just didn't realize that was somewhere where we would have crossed over. And then one day he came and found me, and yeah, he used to come in all the time. It was really cool. It was like nice to see friendly faces. And we had Brinton and Dan in at one point, like I was telling you. Yeah, it's cool. It was good. You know, I'd never sort of you don't expect to bump into people. I don't know, because when you also meet streetboarders, you meet them in such random places half the time. It was like, even when me and Josh Newman always used to say that even though we used to live an hour from each other, we have to fly halfway across the world to hang out. And so when you suddenly see them in your local life or whatever, it's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, definitely, man, definitely. I mean, yeah, I remember meeting a streetboarder who knew Alex Morton at about, I think it was about 11 a.m. at an after party in Berlin, and all the rest of the Dimension crew had gone home, and you know, I just felt I had to, like, you know, hold up the streetboard flag and stay out for another 12 hours, and I bumped into some guy on the dance floor. It's a weird little world, man, skateboarding.
Jamie, who was that girl that we bumped into in that bar in Barcelona ages ago, when it was like someone that we met randomly in Argentina?
That was Peepo's ex, no?
Oh, was it? I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it was random. We were on the dance floor in, I think it was called Margarita, that place.
Yeah, off it was near Plaza Real, I think.
Yeah, it's just down that little side road. That was crazy, man. Oh, crazy thing. Max, how did you start streetboarding? How did you first get into it? Back in Kingston, London, like.
Yeah, Kingston Skate Park. Like, I was a rollerblader kid. Like, even when I was too young to know what aggressive skating was. You know, I wanted a set of the roller shoes when I was really, really small. And I had the ones that had the brakes on them. I remember I got them. That's why I was saying Hamleys. Like, when I watched the with Mark, what was his?
Campbell, Mark Campbell.
Yeah, Mark Campbell. That was it. So I went and got my first set of rollerblades there, and I'd always been doing that. And then, I ended up sort of going to the skate park just to roll around, and then met a couple of other rollerbladers and things who showed me, like, you know, actual rollerblading and like aggressive skating and stuff. And I never really got into the grind side of that. I never had a set of skates that had the proper sole plates on them. I had the original Roche Majestics, I think they were, and they even had that like ice skate heel on them, you know, so you weren't doing technical grinds and stuff. And one day I was down there, and the other thing is that so many of my friends skateboarded, and the people I'd hang out with outside of the skate park were more the skateboard crowd. And I actually saw Jay Holdstock, not Andy Garrett, as Andy might think on his DRGNCAST. I actually
set the record straight, man.
I actually didn't skate with Andy for quite a while. Sorry, I've got an American scam call coming in. I didn't skate with Andy for a while. We sort of heard legends of Andy, this guy that can do backflips, dude, on his streetboard. That's sick. But no, it was Jay Holdstock pumping in the little Kingston mini ramp and just doing little 540s just inside the coping, but he's got this really cool style on them and tucking his legs up. And I was just like, dude, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. It's a strap-on skateboard that actually works. You can propel yourself along. You can do all the grinds and stuff. And you can, I was just thinking you can definitely do a flip on that, because I did gymnastics for a long time. And that was all I wanted to do, really. I just wanted to strap on skateboard so I could do backflips on it and be like, yeah, that'll be cool. And then eventually we sort of started skating a little more with Andy. Probably, I want to say it was a good few months, because I didn't have bindings for the first 3 months. I had my snakeboard. So that was just going around my kitchen in my house. My grandma was actually the first person to get the movement down. Of all people, that was really strange. She did say she used to roller skate, like, back in the day, but like going to roller rinks and things like that. But yeah, that was sort of going around my little island in the kitchen, like what you've got, and just learning to do that, and then going down to the skate park and just kind of rolling around on ramps for ages. So I didn't even try and do tricks and stuff. So it must have been a while before I skated with Andy, and that was very eye-opening as to the sort of possibilities of it. Like, he was just on another level from anything else I'd seen, and internet videos were hard to get hold of then. You know, there was a couple of sites when you spend 5 minutes trying to stream a 15-second clip of Brinton doing a switch 540 down some stairs, or something crazy. But Andy was the first guy who was really on a sort of high level of skating that I wanted to hit. And yeah, it was like a year until we did that nationals competition in Stockport. And that was about a year after I started, and that was when I discovered the competitive side of it, which was cool.
Yeah, which you did you win in Stockport? Who won at Stockport?
Mr. Sam Cook won in Stockport.
Is it Sam?
Oh yeah,
Mr. Sam
no,
Cook
I
won.
do remember actually that.
He did a disaster 5-0 over that little driveway, if I remember correctly, didn't you, Sam?
Yeah, no, I remember it maybe being a little bit controversial actually at the time.
And you did. I think you did a 540 off something to flat.
Yeah, there's a video of that run knocking around somewhere on the internet. I really like that park.
Yeah, it was a really good fun park. It had that spine ramp in it. It had the driveway rail. Yeah,
I think by that point I really knew how to ride competitions, you know. And then I just did. Sorry, you got something on your face, Max. Let me wipe it off. You know, I did my tricks and I did some like risky tricks, but then just didn't fall over. But you were like, you'd been out of the gates for about a year, man. You were just like flip, 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 naughty, naughty, and you fell over twice. And if you hadn't, you would have won that for sure.
Well, also, I think the other thing is that people had seen the flips and stuff. You know, you got guys like Brinton coming before me, which is, you know, okay, he's done them all. So no one's throwing down any MBD flips, but actually seeing someone do a disaster 5-0, like that was kind of new and that was kind of risky and that's dangerous, dude. And I think that gets a lot of brownie points when you're actually pushing the envelope rather than doing the tried and tested methods.
Yeah.
You know, I think it has to be, well, as like when we do worlds and things like that, you've got to have the mixture. You know, that's why guys like Sergi just excel, because he can do everything and doesn't necessarily specialize. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think you went on and won like a lot. How many UK nationals?
Won a worlds, yeah. How many?
You won worlds.
I won a couple of worlds.
Yeah. Which ones
were you
were?
19 and 21. No, I don't know. I've got no idea. 2019.
Where were they then?
2019 is just like.
So I won one in the skate park we never paid for.
I don't remember the years, man. I just remember the places. Where was it?
Peterborough.
Peterborough. Oh Christ! I've been trying to forget Peterborough.
There you go. That's why I said Peterborough. So I won one in Peterborough, and then I won. I won the second NAS.
Yes. Yeah.
I won the NAS when I didn't break my leg.
Yeah. What did you break your leg on? I can't.
Brawn spine ram.
That was it. Oh.
Trying to 720, and I never do 720s. I don't skate switch. I don't land switch. And for some reason, it was 5 minutes before practice, and I was like, "Gonna try 720 on the 8-foot mini ramp." That was a bad idea.
Yeah, man. Wait, second NAS was the one that had Goliath instead of the mini, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we didn't have street.
No, we did have street.
We did have street?
Yeah, because Max won it.
This was all my imagination.
Okay, so I tell you what, I don't know if this we wrote.
I remember the street.
That's like with I don't know if this is my imagination. Or was there like a misty 900 war between you and Gotthard, or was this just me who was building it up in the time? But there was, wasn't there?
That was sort of one contest where Birmingham, where they had the fun box off to the side, and actually he landed it in that competition first. I think I just landed it better.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gotthard. But yeah, no, he got it first, man. He was talking about doing them, and then he just put one down after we'd both done the Misty Sevens, and it was just like, right, I think I can do it. And for some reason, I don't know, man, if someone does it before you sometimes, I don't know, it makes a difference in the way you look at it, the way you think about it. I think you just commit more because it's do or die, right? But yeah, no, that was good. That was good, and that was a great example of contests pushing each other. You know what I mean? I think had we both not been there, both doing the same sort of tricks as each other, we wouldn't have results like that and close contests like that, and that's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Well, would you say that's like your hardest fought contest, or I mean, even if you won or not, can you think of any others that you just lay down?
Hardest fought contest that I really enjoyed and I came out of being like that was a really good battle was when I cut my head open. What was that? Latvia? Yeah. And that was when Gabby ended up doing the 450 lip slide, and I tried a 450 board and split my head open. But I was like, that's a good death. That's a good reason to come third or second or wherever I came in that contest. So yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, you've had some. I just remember you because you got that competitive vibe, and I remember there was that golden era where you know it was you, Gotti, Sergi, and then like the tail end of Brinton being around and just going for it. And that was true. Like for me, you know, I'm not a contest skater, but I love commentating and watching contests go off, and like you guys were.
I love the competitions, and it wasn't something because I used to do the gymnastics contests and not enjoy it in quite the same way. The one really cool thing was Gotthard and Sergi and Christian Kam and Christian Schneider and Sebastian Hoffman and all of these guys are the people I was watching, like, you know, and the pros like I aspired to skate like. So getting to actually skate in contests with them is just so awesome in itself. Getting to skate on a even comparative level with them is awesome. You know, that's all my dreams come true right there with regard to skating. And then finding out that, you know, going up to Sergi and Gotthard and being like, dude, I'm so fucking nervous about this contest. And having them turn around and go, yeah, man, me too. Like, I always get nervous at competitions. I'm just like, no way, man, really? Like, these guys feel the same way. And it's it's really nice. And it's this really good feeling of camaraderie and friendship. And I don't know, it's something I haven't encountered in another sport. It's, yeah, no, I love it. And it's my favorite thing, you know, skate contest. It's great.
And that, I mean, the way I see it is, yeah, you are all competing against each other, but it's more the vibe of you're pushing to bring the best out in each other. Like, and just pushes the whole sport forwards.
And it's a great game, you know. We all love going on the contests. We love doing it and traveling. We get to go out and pretend to be rock stars for a while. You know, it's like we say we're the band with a band without instruments, right? And it's so much fun, and that side of it is just as good as the skate contest, really. At the end of the day.
Yeah, man. Like you, like, oh man, I tell you where you were sorely missed. And when I was like, because the last World Championships there was the one in Nantes, that was a great final, because going into the final, like there was so many, like Sergi could have got it, like Bob, you know, Ismail Calvo, he just, I mean, he did his Bob thing and just stuck to the rail side of the skate park, but we know he could have pushed it on the box and like killed it.
We've seen it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I knew Mario was going to take it, man. I called that shit in the heat.
Yeah, you didn't want to put money on it though, huh?
I didn't have any money.
But yeah, man, you were sorely missed there, Max. But I mean, do you think you'll make like, if after the pandemic, hopefully we can, you know, have worlds again? Do you think you'll be able to make it out somewhere?
Yeah, no, I'd like to get another few worlds under my belt before we call it a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
how much are you getting out skating at the moment, Max?
At the moment, quite a lot, because I've been off work for a couple of weeks. But normally I try and get out like once a week at least. But with work, it's quite hard. I work like long shifts, 5 days a week. So I usually like to take at least one day just to...
Yeah, I bet you're busy. What's happening with the restaurant at the moment? Is it kind of...
So we had the outdoor dining in LA for a while. But then they shut that down as well. And right now, just doing to-go food isn't really viable for the size of the restaurant we have, the square footage we'd have to cover, and things like that. It just doesn't make sense. We'd hemorrhage money, basically. So we're just shutting down for the moment, and we'll open up again when it's just commercially viable. And this thing has like killed the restaurant industry, dude. I mean, so many well-known restaurants in Los Angeles alone have shut down because of it, and places that have been open for years, family institutions, things like that. The government have not been particularly helpful in helping people sort it out. I'm just lucky enough to work for a really good company which know how to handle it and know what the best decisions are to make in this time for all of us, and make sure we all have jobs to come back to. And they are very thoughtful about all of the employees in that regard, and we tried to stay open as much as we could to give everyone jobs and things like that. So it is what it is, but at the same time, I could be a self-employed person living in the UK who's had even less help. Or any of the other people living in America who are worse off than I am.
There's a lot of fuckery happening, man. It's true.
Yeah, no, it's not cool. I mean,
cool. So the skate park's still open?
Some of them. But, you go down to a skate park, it's like, how busy do you want the skate park to be during a pandemic? I don't know.
Yeah, there's the level in Brighton where I live, and I was texting someone about it the other day. Can we still go down and skate? Like, they put up signs, but all the skaters ripped them down, started skating, and they put them back up again. They ripped them down, and then apparently the police came in force, and then everyone just went back, and now they've given up.
It's absolutely insane, dude.
But I don't know how great it is to be sort of like sweating close to people. And
no, there's a couple of parks near me where you can still go. They're pretty open. If there's 3 or 4 people there, you can keep your distance and get a little session in. But lots of the bigger parks are closed. Anything that's attached to a youth centre or something like that at the moment's closed down.
Good chance to go out and sort of explore the streets a bit and sort of maybe have a little bit of a cruise.
I'm not really one for street skating, especially on my own, especially with the cost of an ambulance out here if you need one and things like that. I'm not about to go start chucking myself downstairs like Simon Johns. Right,
is that like an issue? Do you do you have like insurance and stuff like that? Or?
I mean, I technically do have insurance because I get that through work, but nonetheless, even the what do you call it? What do you pay on insurance? The bit you pay,
the premium.
Yeah, basically your premium or whatever. That's
excess. That's the word.
Yeah, your excess. What that you still don't want to be paying it. It's still gonna suck. Ambulance is like fucking 12 grand out here or something. So.
Dude, it costs thousands to send an ambulance out in the UK too.
Yeah.
But you don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, that's the and yeah, man, I sort of, street skating's so dangerous.
Yeah, but you say you're not much of a street skater, but man, you've thrown some pretty damn insane tricks down. Like it was in one of the True School adverts. It was the Misty 7 you threw down the London Bridge 10. Come on, man, that was
the London Bridge fun bot.
yeah.
with the upwards takeoff, the downwards landing, the perfectly smooth concrete.
I don't think it's perfectly smooth to take off anymore. It's like
some kind of limestone or something.
Yeah, it's like the inside of an aero, man.
Yeah. It's full of holes.
We're all British, so we get that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Time. What this Smith to lip that Steph deleted? What is that? What
is that? I wanted to bring that in because that was like because you became.
You mentioned.
You joined us at the True School, which is True School is more of a family vibe, just because you're a brother from another mother, man, and kind of came on. But I think that was like your first experience filming with the True School, probably, where we took you to Russell Square. Hannah? Russell Square 14 stair, the gnarly one with no landing. And you did a 6 Smith to lip on that handrail, which is like pretty high. And Steph Julie deleted the footage.
The one with the stairs that you have to basically land on.
Yeah.
Handrail.
No.
You got a front feeble on it at some point as well.
Yeah, that's in Daily Trout. Or no?
No.
few years after that.
Yeah, no, sorry, because I've got Trout written down here, so I've been thinking about it. No, he's in True School ad at the end of what's that magazine we made, Jamie? Red Pen.
Red Pen, that was
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah.
That's the one.
You yeah, man. But have you ever had I couldn't think actually like a full proper like street video part?
No, not other than the sort of the videos we used to make back with the skating crew at Kingston.
Mhm.
But no, I never really did that. I don't know. It just never sort of came up. I was never part of a team that were putting a video together. I mean, thinking about it, the last sort of long video that I guess was Day One's, right? Was the last big one.
Yeah.
Because then there was the whole run of the drop-in videos and the homeless punky tech videos and the dimension ones.
Yeah.
When you say last big video,
what was the last?
The last big video.
The last big, put together Streetboard video.
I can't.
I don't know, Disturbed.
Perfect length.
Hellburger.
Yeah, no, there's not.
No, it's got to be like Drop This.
Yeah, Drop This, I think, and then. I mean, everyone's now moved on to doing just like sections though, which I still do it. You know, enjoy. I've always wanted to see you one day put together like a proper, you know, like year or two of filming, you know, specifically for a street section. Because
do a VOD, man. I'd buy it.
Yeah, man.
It would be nice to do something like that, but I don't know. There's something like. I know I've always done my weird little internet edits with my cheesy music and bad editing. There is something about that I like just because I get to do it all myself. And so whether it's like good or bad in a technical sense, as far as filming and things goes, you can see what the trick is. If I like the music, if I like the way it's put together, I couldn't give two shits if anyone else is going to be like, oh, the editing's so bad, oh, that angle sucks. For me, it's just like, nah, man, I'm here for the content. Like that's the other thing about watching skate videos is like I've never really been one to sit down and watch a 40-minute skate video. It's not. I don't.
40 minutes is a little bit too long for a skate video, man. We get these feature length things, you know.
How long is like flips? Sorry.
Oh, and it's like half an hour. The original.
Okay, half an hour then. That's like the last sort of long skateboarding video I think I watched, and I was really like, wow, this is good fun to watch all of it. But.
Yeah.
It's like, you ever watch Left 4 Dead backwards? I wanted to bring this up. I'm so glad we started talking about skating videos because, dude, all streetboarders watching this, if you've got a copy of Left 4 Dead, watch it just on normal speed backwards. Especially, you know, have a couple of drinks with your friends, put on Left 4 Dead backwards, have a good laugh. It's one of the funniest things you'll ever see. Pretty sure at one point Gotthard does a like half cab 180 nose grind up a rail. It's stuff.
Where man like light a candle, smoke a doobie, watch Left 4 Dead backwards, it changed your life, man.
Left 4 Dead also we used to love watching that just for the intro. Like I could watch the intro of Left 4 Dead a million times because it just never ends. It's like it has like.
I can't even remember the intro. What
it has the intro has 3 endings. 3-point where like the heavy metal music, like bam, back in with the guitar, and you like just don't expect it. It's perfect. It's so over the top. It's one of my favorite streetboard videos ever. I think.
Actually, I found my DVD of it the other day, so I might stick it on over this in my isolation.
Just watch it on repeat. You can watch the whole thing. You can watch it backwards. You can just watch the highlights. It's perfect streetboard video.
I'm gonna go through. I'm actually. Do you know what though? I've thought like, man, you should hook up and do a video part with Colin Horan, man, because like he did the one for Sergi, and he did the one with Sergi, and what was it? Skate to Live. Well, I can't remember the name of it.
We're Max, man. You had the sickest section ever made by Colin already.
In China.
Your China tour.
Yeah,
I was just going to say Colin did that.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
That's
man.
probably one of the it's definitely the best bit of filming and editing that someone's done of me. But Colin is incredibly talented with that.
Yeah, man. Well, you broke the internet with that one clip from China, man. That was from China, wasn't it? That's like
the backflip blunt.
how did that trick come in? One, how the hell did you even think about doing that trick?
It makes sense, man. It makes perfect sense as a trick. It's like the obvious thing that a backflip should land in because it's the least amount of movement. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's a straight backflip out of a quarter pipe. That's where it should land, is a blunt stall. Just and then
Yeah,
it's just
of course.
it rotates around. The truck is perfectly the right way. As long as you land in the right place, it should work.
Yeah, but I think that's the hard part, landing in the right place.
Yeah, that's why I took like 60 goes or something, I think, that day in China on that tiny little quarter pipe. It started getting dark.
Is it? Did you eat shit at all?
No, you don't. I actually, even trying it on the concrete bowl at that weird skate park just outside of London. No, I found that you don't really eat shit trying it. Over rotating it is really difficult because you're not going that high. It's more trying to keep yourself, I guess, keep your board and your body horizontal and your board vertical so you don't just land on the top. Yeah. What you do is do a backflip onto the deck. Now move it backwards until your tail is landing just over that coping, so your wheel is just on the deck. And if you don't land on it, you end up just sort of landing in a disaster, mostly on the deck. And then you just start push the backflip a little more, and eventually you land in a blunt. And if you're leaning enough out, you don't really have a choice. You just got to pull out of the blunt. And if you've been skating long enough, I guess you just reflex your way out of it. And hey, you got a trick. There's so many tricks. There's so many tricks like that, though, man. Like, 180-50 has a 180 out on the end of it because it's harder to do it without.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you did, but man, you did that 540.
540.
Yeah, with the 180 out on the end of it, because there's no way you're not doing that.
So how do you do? So we'll cut out the last little bit of a little how-to to backflip blunt. So how do you 540, 180 out?
You do a 720 and stick your leg out.
Yeah, easy. That's a quick video.
Do a 720, stick your leg out, and hope it lands on that ledge. Yeah, lean back a bit.
Cool. What other tricks you got?
Sam, I've been doing the same tricks for, what is it now, like 18 years. I honestly, I haven't skated a fun box now in like 5 years. I think Escondido probably with Sergi was the last time I skated a fun box. They just removed all of the good ramps from Los Angeles. But I just skate a lot of I've been working on my sort of ledge skating and actually doing the basics a lot more and trying to learn how to frontside nose grind on a ledge for more than a couple of feet and things like that. And, I always had the thing of I don't skate backside, I don't skate switch, I don't skate street, even though we established maybe I skate street. Going back to that.
Do manuals?
I sometimes do manuals. I've been known to do a couple of manuals. What? You wrote that down as well. What was that?
No, I think
Jamie wrote that down. I didn't know you did manuals.
Yeah. I thought you hated manuals.
Oh yeah. I don't, because they're the trick I hurt myself on the most.
Oh, I've seen a few clips of you in the what is it, like a fountain at that courthouse in LA.
Yeah, that came after. So that came after skating with Bob and Josh Newman in Chile. And Josh and I, when we were in LA, came up with this thing of, because we've been watching him skate in Chile and being like, Bob always does this thing, right, where he sets himself up before a trick. Now watch it, dude. And we told him about this, and he was like, dude, don't you tell them my secret, dude. But he fucking sets himself up, gets ready, and then throws himself into a trick with this like perfectly balanced arms. And he like rolls into these 360 manual, 180, switch 540 backflip out or whatever. And Josh and I started trying it on these sort of smaller manual pads. And for some reason, it just started working. We were like, this is a joke, right? You put your arms like this. Yeah, it worked for a little while. I tried to do it again recently and it doesn't work. And I was like, oh yeah, I haven't been on my I haven't been on my elliptic at 5 a.m. after a night of good clubbing. That's probably why it's not working.
Yeah, you need the abs, man. You need the abs.
Yeah, you need Bob's piano abs.
Yeah, yeah, the weighted piano keys.
Yeah, the weighted keys, exactly.
Oh, man. That was a good trip, though, man. Like, that Chile trip was just that time going out where you, Joshy, myself, anyone else from the UK? No, it was just us three, wasn't it? From the UK.
I went the next year, then the year after.
No, Sam, you were there.
No, I wasn't there with you, man.
No?
No.
Oh, no, it was Jay asleep on the mini ramp.
Yeah.
I think I've just inserted you into my memories of Chile.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, isn't it? I don't know. I think we just hung out. Honestly, you kind of just fit into it anyway. It's.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's a great place, man.
I remember getting really anxious, thinking that like having to leave that nightclub because I thought the floor was turning to sand. Only to be told the next day that the floor was actually sand and we were on a beach. It was like I had to leave that place, man. I had to go and get in the back of the car. I tried to climb into some guy's truck. I thought Sebastian Hoffman was in there because Sebastian was sick. So I tried climbing in this truck. Some guy's Sebastian. And some guy's like, I am not Sebastian.
But he
Huh?
What didn't he turn out? It was a German guy, though.
It was trippy as all hell. Because he was like, I am not Sebastian. And I was like, yes, Sebastian. I've got to get out of that place. The floor was turning to sand. And he insisted he wasn't Sebastian.
The floor is sand.
Yeah, the floor.
Oh, that was amazing, man. I remember. I'm thinking of nightclub nights at clubs with you. I remember getting into a fight with some. Remember that guy who?
Oh my God! In China, that dude sucker punched me because I was trying to stop him grinding on you.
Yeah, yeah, that was it.
You were having a great time dancing, and I was just sort of sitting by enjoying my drink. And there was this dude like dry humping your leg, and you were sort of like looking at this like this is a really weird situation. So I kind of tapped him on the shoulder, and was like, "Mate, what are you doing? Like, don't do that." And he did it again, and I was like, no, clearly, like, this isn't a thing. Like, stop it. You're being weird. And dude, out of nowhere, he just, like, sucker punched me. I wasn't even looking at him. And then grabbed my hat off my head. And so I just tried to get my hat back, and we ended up, like, rolling around on the floor. And I'm trying, like, to sort of kick this guy off of me, you know, without, like, this is just such a weird situation. And then, yeah, security got involved. Just go ragdoll and let security deal with it. But
yeah.
That was a really strange situation. Went go-karting and then got into a fight in a nightclub.
Yeah, I found that go-kart place, man. That was hella fun, man. And except like, no, you need to wear a helmet. No, can you smoke in the pits? Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I love that in China as well. We're in that restaurant, a club or bar, sports bar, and there's like all the waiters are walking around with no smoking t-shirts on, like t-shirt saying no smoking. And I got a photo of you or me, or you got a photo of me or both of us standing smoking next to one of the Oh,
while they'll be there sweeping cigarette butts up just off the floor of the restaurant because they don't have ashtrays and everyone just cigarettes on the floor. It was quite the experience.
No, that's the best thing about Street Win, those trips, the traveling, man. We've got once this is all over, we've got to do something again. I miss
Wuhan, man.
Well,
gotta go Wuhan. Whenever you see like what's going on in Wuhan in the news, it's always like some big fucking club. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
With like lasers and shit. So what's life like in Wuhan now? Everyone's fucking partying.
Yeah, man.
Smoke machines and shit.
Yeah,
Get down there, man. You should stop someone touching Jamie's little man and get into a fight. Go karting.
Yeah.
We should have World's Japan.
Damn, that would be sick. That is what. Except, they're going to have. Like apparently the Olympics are going to be called off, so they've got to be thirsty for a big sports event. Streetboard world champs, man. Like we can take all the
event of the year, man.
Yeah, man. Actually, I'm just looking at our notes and stuff, and we've actually missed out a huge big part of streetboarding history that you were part of massively. Starting Dragan, I've realised how much the UK has, and a big part of it was because of Highland. And the Highland years, man. Like,
yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big part of the early, like mid 2000, like the early 2000s, mid 2000s. How did you get onto Highland? How did that all come about? And you've got to do a Neil Thompson impression, please.
Oh my, what was the Neil Thompson impression?
Rolling Dead.
Oh, it was the welcome to Rolling Dead UK Streetboard UK Nationals UK contest of the UK. It was something like that. I don't remember how I got in contact with Neil. I want to say it was like one of you guys.
Maybe, I don't know.
Jamie, if anyone.
Yeah.
Because it was through.
Hey, you guys, I'll be back in 1 second.
Go for it.
All right. Yeah, you carry on talking.
It was through Neil. I'm sure I got my skate park building job because Neil got us the demos, but that was through Highland. I don't remember how that got started. Maybe Neil just contacted me directly and asked if I wanted to try his boards.
Yeah, I think it might have been that. I mean, I think
Neil maybe just did that because back then I guess it was just easier to contact someone directly and they didn't think you were a Instagram person trying to collab.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, and that was the Flair 55 days, I think. That was the first Highland board, right?
Yeah. That
so yeah, started writing for that, and dude, Neil was great. I thought the boards he made were awesome. I loved the Cartel personally. I thought that was one of the best street boards ever. I loved the trucks. I loved the shape of it. It was an absolute tank, but it wasn't going to break anytime soon. And yeah, I am the biggest shit talker in the world, especially when it comes to streetboarding. And I talk endless shit on Neil, like leaving and stuff. But it's nothing I wouldn't say to him anyway. And, you know, it would have just been nice to go like, hey man, thanks. Like, thanks for everything. Thanks for, 10 years, or however long, 5 years, 10 years of giving me free street boards, paying for my hotels, taking me places, setting me up with demos. Neil did a lot for streetboarding in the UK. Neil did a lot for me as well. So as much shit as I talk on it and make fun of it, it's, I'm incredibly grateful for it. But yeah, the best contest ever though. This is where the shit talking comes in. The best contest ever. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Sam, do you remember best contest ever?
Yeah, you know what? I wasn't sure if you were there or not, but I inserted you in my mind. Are you talking about Scotland?
Scotland, best contest ever. And the tricks that went down at that contest were sick.
Did we tell people about that if we haven't spoken about it before on the cast?
I just love making up tricks that people did on that amazing fun box that got built that we all looked at.
But explain to people like the situation, what happened.
This is the thing though, like, is my superlative asshole view of it actually true, or
That's
is
what
this
you're here for, man?
Is this just what I make up? Is this just what I make up at the time to just like fuel the kind of like fire of anarchism? Okay, so we'll get a. Did we get a bus up or did we fly up to Inverness? No, we got a bus back though.
Yeah, we flew. I flew, and that's
let's not start too early on that one. So we fly to Scotland, which Neil pays for. Pays for all of this, mind. Like,
dude, Neil was the shit, man. He if I scuffed the board, I'd be like, I want a new board. Call up Neil, and it'd be there in a couple of days, man. Like, he was so good, and he paid for everything that he could as well. He really tried to support people. But anyway, so carry on the story.
In the van, ourselves the product. But yeah, so we got to Inverness. That was the amazing fucking like cabins we stayed at, right? Oh no, that was it though.
Classic caravans, man.
Let's not leave out the story of Alex Wheeler getting drunk on the plane because he decided to fill half a litre bottle of Coca-Cola, empty out the cola and fill it with Sambuca. Drink the whole bottle of it on the plane. And then I think he drank some more on the coach as well because we got a coach from the airport. Because I remember he passed out in the toilet on the coach and he was like in there like rocking around in the back. And then he threw up all over Brinton Gunderson's shoes. And no one loved Brenton Gunderson more than Alex Wheeler. And I always just the shame of throwing up on your hero's shoes. Like, we've all done some questionable shit, man, but that one's just really good. We dined out on that for a long time. So yeah, we get there. There's this amazing facility that's like, it was like a ski resort, right? Aviemore.
Aviemore, yeah, kind of, I think. Yeah.
And it had this huge hall, which had this gigantic fun box. You know what?
But the dimensions were all kind of fucked, weren't they?
I am so glad I did not have to ride that fun box. It was the only person, like, we all walked in and were like, dude, it's like a, what is it, 40-foot roll in just into, like, it had no flat.
Dude,
There was no flat. It was just straight into the most vertical ski jump you've ever seen.
And then the most sketchy quarter pipe afterwards. And the quarter pipe was so small, like, for the landing. The landing was like 30 feet high. And the quarter pipe that you got to slide down on was like 7. And it was like the fucking whip your shit into just like a flat bank or something.
It was so lethal. And we all walk in and we're like, well, okay, yeah, this is great. And Brenton just sort of walks up to it and it's just like, yeah, right, we got this, guys. It's just like, yeah, of course he is. And because Neil's like, oh, I just based this on the measurements Brenton gave me. And you're like, dude, Brenton's a psychopath. Brenton's just like, well, make it as big as you can, make the box give you as much height as possible. He's just done out of his mind. Yeah. And Neil just went ahead and built it. I can't think how much it cost. And then it was like the night before the contest. Oh, we didn't have qualifiers because that was when they realized there was no public liability insurance. Mm. I'm sorry, you were holding an indoor extreme sports event with a gigantic ramp. Like, Brenton could have flown off the side of the ramp and just double backflipped into the crowd. And that would, public liability insurance, guys. I say Brenton because he would have been the only one riding that damn ramp, I guarantee it.
Hey, man, Christian Cam was there.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
Loads of people came there. Jesus. There was loads of people from California
there. Urs Thomas was there.
Urs Thomas, yeah, man. I know Urs Thomas was there because he got me with a snowball, that guy.
That's when we learned the difference between a snowball and a snowball.
Yeah.
Because isn't he from somewhere with a lot of snow?
Switzerland, man. He's very Swiss.
Yeah, so watching him from Switzerland and Brenton from Utah like have a snowball fight, and you're like, oh, my English snowballs are pathetic.
Yeah.
These guys can roll them in seconds and like fire them like a Gatling gun. And it's like, didn't someone break Thomas Keenelay's jacket?
Yeah. Who was that?
Split the line of his jacket with a snowball.
Oh man, the snowball wars were pretty
pretty intense. So yeah, Scotland, and then we missed our flight on the way back.
Yeah, because Neil booked it, and he was taking us to the airport at the right time apparently, and we're there, and we just see an EasyJet plane just go off, and Neil
saw the plane taking off. We did.
Yeah. What time is our flight? Yeah. Oh man.
And then, Brenton had to run off that coach once we got off it.
13 hours back to Heathrow, and then he had to get straight on a plane back to Utah. My favorite thing about that trip though was us being able to get cooped up in the little mobile caravan home things with Ingo in our caravan, and Ingo just getting super drunk and sitting there and telling us stories from back in the day. That was brilliant.
I can't remember who else came. It was me, Alex. Did Black Matt come? And Glenn?
Glenn was there, I'm sure.
I get a feeling Glenn was there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Matt was there. I remember. Your friend from the raceway with the dreads came.
Charlene.
Yeah,
she came up.
I remember she was there.
Yeah. Was Smiley there?
God, I feel like he was there. I inserted him.
He was there, man. You remember Smiley, Max? Our mate.
I remember you, Smiley, yeah.
He's a good guy, man. We saw him not so long ago. Well, before lockdown. A year ago. Shit.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Smiley we met after that night of filming?
Probably.
We met him at Crowbar.
Yeah, he was at Crowbar. He's in that video, I'm sure. And that was a cool video. I enjoyed that one that we did for.
Yeah, what was What was the name of it?
It
Real
was for
life.
It was for real life. It was the first.
Yeah.
Real life. That was a fun
We
day.
we were like the ultimate in not having the charger, not having the cable, like last minute. I'm pretty sure we finessed it in some way to get.
I think we submitted it about 5 or 6 hours late as well.
Yeah, I think we borderline cheated, but
Yeah,
you know. Yeah.
That was great. You do, yeah, you do. That's where you do backsmith on Blackfriars. Is it
Is that the
backsmith?
horrible cutoff rail?
Yeah, I love that rail.
Yeah.
Man. That's my kind.
I tried to do a backsmith on a flat rail the other day and like wrap myself around it and was like, yeah, okay, I need to practice these more.
Oh, man. Cool.
I was thinking about that, like I used to do those down handrails, just being like, no, that was dumb.
I think you got some footage of you doing some in LA at one point, some sick ones as well. Oh man, there's so much sick stuff. But we are reaching the hour point. But
yep.
I think we definitely got to do a part 2 with you, man. And I'm hoping we can do it maybe.
Is it over already?
Yeah, man. I just looked at the time. It's like pretty much an hour now. So we'll wrap, but wait, Max, let's do
it. Should we say that we're going to do a part 2 now?
Not now.
I feel like we should keep talking.
We're going to wrap it up at the hour point, and
Dave's got dinner on the way, man.
No, that's what I had written down here, man. Because
don't keep the chef
waiting. Do you see that picture that I sent you, man? This is what I've got in my fridge. This is what I've got to cook.
I saw everything. I love the picture.
I've got some trout fillets, some asparagus tips, some king prawns, and some potatoes. Potatoes. What should I make for my girlfriend for dinner?
Trout fillet, asparagus tips. Are they new potatoes?
They're like some sort of kind of heritage. I went to
okay, cool. What was the other
heritage
thing?
Golden shits.
What was the other thing?
King prawns.
King prawns.
Asparagus tips.
Yeah.
And some trout fillets.
Do you want to make it all into one dish?
Yeah.
Make trout on papillote. You got any greaseproof paper?
I've got some shit that came in an Amazon delivery, like this stuff.
Yeah, why not? No. Baking parchment, man. Greaseproof.
I haven't got any baking parchment. I've just got what's in a basic larder.
You got foil?
Yes.
All right, cool. You've got butter?
Mm-hmm.
Salt?
Mm-hmm.
Bit of lemon?
Yeah, got lemon.
Okay, cool. So you're going to blanch no, you don't really need to. No, don't blanch the asparagus. Blanch your potatoes. Cook them, right?
Uh-huh.
Cook them in salted water until they're soft. You can stick a knife in them. They're done. Get your asparagus. Just fucking break off the stiff ends of them just so the nice bit is left. Mm-hmm. Oh, you've got tips anyway, you said, so you don't matter. Just put the asparagus tips on a piece of foil. Get your cooked potatoes. Put those on the foil. Season everything with salt, obviously. Get your bit of fish. Put that in there as well. Get the prawns. You might as well put it all in one thing. Put that in there. Wrap it all up in the foil. Oh, sorry. Put some butter in there. And if you've got like a glug of white wine or something like that, like toss that in with it. Mm-hmm. Wrap it all up in the foil and just bake it for like maybe 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Oh. Yeah, just to get that. You want that fish just cooked. Everything's going to steam nicely in there. And put, like I said, a bit of lemon juice in there as well. And all the flavors are going to get good and steamy in there. And it's just a really nice, easy way. And then when you take it to the table, you can just put it down and open it up and all the nice, smelly steam's going to come out. Everyone's going to go, it smells real good.
Be like, oh, man. Well, she's on her way home. That's what that phone call was.
Oh, cool.
Okay, well, you better be quick then.
Yeah. Well, let me do my quick fire round.
Sorry, the whole fucking rest.
So, who's your favourite rider?
Oh, Brendan Gunderson.
Cool. What's the best trick you've ever seen on a streetboard?
That heave ho.
Yes, that heave ho. Yes. What's the best trick you've ever done on a streetboard?
Oh, I don't know, man. That's really hard. The trick I'm most proud of?
Yeah.
The Rodeo 900 I did in that mini ramp contest. Not that it was pretty, but it did the job.
Yes. What's the hardest trick you've never actually then landed that you've tried? Are there any?
Probably a double backflip. A double backflip on an actual, not a resi ramp.
Cool. Yeah. True. You never got.
And I would like to do it on a quarter pipe to flat bank at some point. I think that's going to be much easier.
Cool. Let's see it. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that's sort of been the evasive one.
Yeah. Favorite streetboard video ever or section?
John White, Seldom Seen.
Bush. Good one. And finally, if you were stuck on a desert island with a streetboarder, who would it be?
Simon Johns.
Yes. Why?
Why?
Yeah,
just because it's Simon.
Wicked.
I love Simon. I love hanging out with him. We like spending time together. We're not skating as well as with skating. He's a good bloke. We've been skating together for a long time. He skates in a totally different. Do we have a skate park on this island?
Well, I don't know.
If you can build one.
Yeah, if you can build
one.
Yeah,
but, we skate in completely like different ways. Cool,
perfect. Cool, man. Sweet. Well, thank you. Any thank yous, shout outs you want to give?
Everyone really. Streetboarding in general for like giving me an opportunity to, do something cool. All of you guys for just being part of it. All of the streetboarders. I was a nerdy kid, man, and streetboarding was something that, I don't know, got me a lot of friends and some respect and self-confidence and all of that. So that was really good. Thanks to my parents for paying for most of it.
Yeah.
Thanks to the people who employ me now and giving me a job and helping me pay for skating and living. Yeah.
Cool. No, thank you, Max. It's been wicked to catch up.
Man.
I don't know when, but there's some point I've got to make my way out to Gunda Labs, out to Utah.
Yeah,
and I'm planning to fly into LA. So let's make it happen, man. I'll give you a warning, and that will be sick, man. So cool. Thank you. Sam, any last words?
No, I don't think so, man. It was really good talking to you, Max. Nice seeing you.
You too, man.
I miss you, man.
Yeah, man. I was looking forward to this one. And we need to do a part 2 because I feel like we could have talked for a lot longer.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, let's do it. And even if, we should do it some more often, like even if we don't want to record it or something.
Yeah.
Catch up with you guys.
Me and Jamie only talk on DRGNCAST, man.
Yeah.
But, it would be nice to hear more of what you guys are doing as well, rather than just talking about myself. Yeah.
We should set up like we should set up a Zoom with like some of the old school UK crew heads or something.
That's a good idea.
Let's do that.
All right.
Cool. Thank you, Max, and thank you, Sam. And that was episode 12 of DRGNCAST. So if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. If you've got any questions or comments, pop them in the comments below and join us next time. That was great. Thank you very much. We out.
Streetboarding dreams, future and past. Here in the present, it's DRGNCAST.